Open your book to page 385. Today's lesson is on to find the equation of the circle. Now, equation of the circle is kind of based on the Pythagorean Theorem. Let's say if you have a circle, and here's your center, and the center, let's call this H and K. It can be any number, just call it H and K, right? And this point over here, again, any random point, so we try to derive the equation. So this point, let's go and call it x and a y, right? Again, x and the y are just any coordinates, right? And then from here, you can go and draw, you connect the dots. And so this distance would be the radius, okay? Now, from here, if you to draw a right triangle, and you use the Pythagorean theorem now to figure out the distance, right? This over here, if you look at just the x, so this is the x, this is the h, so this distance would be x minus h, right? That's how you figure out the distance, right? By subtracting the 2 points. Now, this point over here is y, and this is k, and so this distance would be y minus k, right? Again, this is the y, and this is the k, so distance would be y minus k. Look at the x. Here's the x, here's the h, so this distance would be x minus h. Okay, so now we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. So you're going to get x minus h squared, so that's a squared, plus y minus k squared, right, that's a b squared, equal to c squared or r squared. Okay, and so again, that's the formula for the circle. And if you look on page 385 in the red box, that's where that equation came from. Okay, it's based on the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, now notice by looking at this, right, h and k will give you the center of the circle, and the r will be radius. So when you're dealing with circle, the key is get the center and get a radius. Those are two key informations. So whenever you deal with circle, you need to get those two information. That's the key. Okay. Now notice this equation is the complete square form. So sometimes when you have an equation, it's not in this form, then you have to complete a square. So let's go to page 386, and let's go to example 1. So you have an x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 4y plus 7 equal to 0. So it says find the center and radius of the circle. So what you want to do is you want to make this equation looks like the standard form over here. You want to make it into that form. Once you get into this form, your center would be h and k, and your radius would be r, right? So basically what you need to do is you have to complete a square for the x, complete a square for the y. Okay, so that's going to do that. So let's get the x together and leave a blank space to complete a square. Put a plus over here, and you got y squared plus 4y, leave blank, equal to negative 7. Right? You have to move it 7, you have to minus 7 on both sides, right? Okay. Okay, so now you're going to get your perfect square. Now don't write any number over here yet. Okay, don't write anything over here. You're going to wait. Okay, now what you're going to do next is you're going to complete a square. So you're going to need to get x. Now this is always twice as this, right? So this number is going to be half of that, always, right? So it'll be minus 3, right? Because 2 times negative 3 times x will give you minus 6, right? So from this you get that, from this you get that, and then from here you're going to get that. So in order to get perfect square, you need to have a plus 9 over here, okay? Because negative 3 squared is plus 9. Now, if you plus 9 over here, you need to plus 9 on the other side. That's what equal means, right? Equal means you have to do the same, okay? Now let's go and do the y. So you're going to do the same thing with y. So from this, you're going to get y. From this, you're going to get plus 2. And then from here, you're going to get plus 4, right? Because 2 squared is 4. So now because you plus 4 over here, you need to plus 4 on the other side also, right? Because that's what equal means. So now you work it out, and then you're going to get equal to 6. Okay, so now you can find your center. So the center, so the center is going to be at 3, comma 2, negative 2. Right, you have to take the opposite, right? So it'd be 3, negative 2. And radius is equal to square root of 6 because this is r squared. See over here? So that's your r squared, right? So you have to take the square root, and that's your answer. Okay, now let's go to example 2. Whenever you deal with this kind of problem, if you can sketch it out on a graph paper, a lot of times it's very easy and it's very obvious. Okay, so example 2, it says a circle of radius 3 has its center in the first quadrant and is tangent to the y-axis at 0, 2. Okay. Okay, so here's your y-axis and this is x-axis. So it says it's tangent to this at this point with a radius of 3. Okay. So if remember now, the diameter or radius to the tangent point is always perpendicular to it, right? So if the tangent is this way, then the radius must be this way, right? Straight across. And the radius is 3, so right away you know that the center is going to be at 3, comma 2, right? Right, again, it's tangent to this point, and the radius is 3. Now there are two possibilities. It can be over here, but it tells you it's in quadrant 1, right? So that's how you know the center is over here. So your circle is going to be, you know, something looks like this. Okay. Okay, so you know that radius is 3 and center is, so right away your equation is what? Your equation is going to be x minus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared, right? That's your h and k, and equal to r squared equal to 9. So that's your equation. So that's your part A. So again, once you sketch it out, remember what I say, right? The circle, the key is get your center, get your radius. That's the two key information. So you can sketch out the information, you can look at the graph right away, you can see the center, you can see the radius. Then after that, it says find the x-coordinate of points where it intersects the x-axis. So you're looking for these 2 points. Okay, so you want to find the points where it crosses the x-axis or the zeros. Well, at this point, y equal to what? Y equal to 0, right? So in this case, the y equal to 0, so you just make y equal to 0. So you're going to get, so again, B is when y equal to 0, right? These 2 points over here. So you just substitute, so you're going to get x minus 3 squared plus 0 minus 2 squared equal to 9. And I'm going to minus 4 on both sides, right? Because negative 2 squared is 4, right? So you're going to get x minus 3 squared equal to 5. Now don't multiply out, okay? Because you're going to get a mess. Use the square root method. So take the square root on both sides. So x minus 3 equal to plus or minus square root of 5. And then you plus 3. So x equal to 3 plus or minus square root of 5. And those are your 2 points. Okay, now let's go to example 3. So you have x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 2y plus 9 equal to 0. And you want to graph this. So again, in order to graph, you need to know the center, you need to know the radius, right? So you find the center, you plot the dot, and then radius, you just kind of, go around all the way, right? Okay, so let's go and do this one. So again, you want to go ahead and minus 9 on both sides. So you're going to get x squared minus 4x. And you got y squared plus 2y equal to negative 9. So now let's go and get our perfect squares ready. So from this, you're going to get x. From here, you're going to get minus 2. Then from here, you're going to get plus 4. So you need to plus 4. Okay, then over here, from this, you're going to get y. From here, you're going to get plus 1. So from here, you're going to get plus 1. So you plus 1. So your net result is going to be equal to negative 4. Now you have a problem. Okay, the center is, so over here the center is going to be at 2, comma, negative 1. But now you have a problem. Because right now you have r squared equal to negative 4. So r is going to be equal to 2i. Cannot, right? Because remember, a circle is a real object. Real object must have a real radius. So in this case, there will be no graph. Okay. Now, if r equal to 0, means you're going to get a dot, right? Radius, right? If you have a circle with radius of 0, you're going to get a dot. And if it's negative, if r squared is negative, you have imaginary radius, there will be no graph. So you must have a positive r in order to have a graph. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to number 30. Now let's do number 32. Okay, so let's go to page 388, number 32. So you're going to graph x squared plus y squared minus 4y greater than 0. So right now you have inequality, but don't worry about that right now. Let's just go through the same steps. Okay, so you're going to get x squared. So this is already a perfect square, so you're fine. So you got y squared minus 4y blank is greater than something, right? Okay, what greater than 0? Okay, so let's go and make the perfect square. So from here I get y, from here I get minus 2. And so from this I need to get plus 4. So I need to plus 4. And so in this case I get a 4. Okay, so again, don't worry about inequality yet. Okay, let's think of it as equal right now. So your center is going to be at 0, comma 2, and radius is going to be at 2, right? So now let's go and do the graphing. So center is 0, 2, and the radius is going to equal to 2. Now to graph the radius equal to 2, right? You just go 2 units in every direction. You know, so you're going to get 1 point here, 1 point here, and you're going to get this point here, and you're going to get this point here. And you can use your ruler if you want to. I can get more points like this, right? That's what radius means, right? 2 in every direction, right? Okay, and then now you have template, so you can just use a circle to do that. But if you don't have the template, then you can just go and do that. Okay. Okay. So now you have to worry about inequality. Okay. Now inequality, this one don't have an equal, so actually you have to do the dash line. Okay. So actually it's dash line, not solid line. Okay, because of this, right? So it's dash line. Okay. Next thing is, this is greater than radius. You see the graph is greater than radius 2, right? This is radius, so this is greater than radius 2. That means greater than means outside, right? Because this is greater than, right? This is 2. Over here, this is the radius of 2. Now it's greater than, it's going to be all the things on the outside. Okay. Now, if it's less than, it would be on the inside, right? If it's less than, then it would be on the inside. Okay. And so your graph would be dash line or dash circle and with a shading on the outside. Okay, so that's how you do this kind of problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some practice.